Hi everybody, welcome back to Sipsburg, welcome back to Banished. We're gonna keep going for a bit. Man, Banished is so good. I've been playing it a lot recently since it's come out. I'm really glad that you guys liked the little series that I did, a couple of episodes that came out last week while I was away. So let's continue. We'll continue Sipsburg until we get bored of it or until everybody dies. We seem to be doing okay for now. We're just heading into winter again. It's late autumn again already. Look, it's just started snowing. Everybody is freezing their tabernacles off. We've got a bit of food, not much. We're running low on tools. We're also running out of clothes. Look at that. There's only 8 clothes left. And at the rate that we're pumping out the babbies in this town, we're not going to have many tools or clothes left. So we're going to have to get on that. We're going to have to rejig a few things as well. This pasture we're not going to be able to fill until we get like a trader or like a merchant thing so that we can actually trade some of our resources for it. And this herbalist is going to need to move out of town as well. And also possibly this forester lodge too. Okay, let's concentrate on getting some food up and running to begin with so that we don't starve and die. Let us make... Oh, look at this. It's going to be great. We're going to make a bridge. Look, we're going to make a wooden bridge. The Sipsburg wooden bridge. We can call it like the Wooden Gate Bridge. Sort of like, you know, the Golden Gate Bridge, but this one's made out of wood. It's in Sipsburg. It's only bridging this small little sort of like sandbank of land where this like little sort of babbling brook is. So, I mean, it's kind of cool. It's a kind of cool bridge, but, you know, probably not as cool as the Golden Gate Bridge. But, I mean, a bridge has got to start somewhere. Not every bridge can be like this magnificent red suspension bridge or whatever. So we're gonna hail this as the modern the alternative for this time of the Golden Gate Bridge. It's a bit smaller. But come on, it's medieval times. I mean, we're nowhere near being able to make a suspension bridge. So, there we go. How are we doing for laborers and stuff? Do we have laborers? No, we don't have any laborers per se, but we do have 2 builders who are now very busy constructing the Wooden Gate Bridge over here, which is nice. We can set up another fishing hut, like along here somewhere, and maybe we can also convince some people to pick up these rocks. Look, there's just 2 random rocks sitting over there, begging to be collected. Look, pick up these rocks too. And pick up this iron too. Look, there's just a whole store of materials just sitting outside. And look at this. It looks like the forester is planting trees in the town square. And mushrooms as well. I don't think anyone is overly pleased with this, including Ramonte. Ramonte, the jobless child, at the age of 6, has decided that he indeed hates the fact that there's trees, plants, and mushrooms growing in the town square. And he's vowed that when he's older, he's going to become a forester. But he's going to do his forestry practice in a sensible place, like maybe out here in the middle of nowhere. Or alternatively, out here, sort of in the middle of nowhere. We'll have to see. We may never know. Okay, there we go. The Wooden Gate Bridge is built. Wow, look at it. It looks fantastic. Jesus Christ. Which means that we can now have another fishing dock. Now, we don't want to build these too close together because we don't want rivaling fishing gangs fighting for fish. We don't want a situation where, you know, they're at the end of the docks yelling at each other saying, "You stole my fish. This rod is bad. My FPS was bad. I was lagging. I couldn't catch the fish." We don't want any of that. So we're going to set up another fishing dock over here instead, so that these two aren't competing for fish. It's got to be said, though, it looks like downriver is coming... well, the river is flowing this way, so it's very likely that these guys at Fishing Dock 2 will scoop up all the fish before they even get a chance to make it to Fishing Dock 1. So, unfortunately, for Fishing Dock 1, it may not be the best place to work, and as a result, we'll probably end up throwing all of the old retired fishermen onto Fishing Dock 1 so that they still have the thrill of sitting out on the dock day after day, but no thrill of actually catching the fish because their arms are so old and decrepit and they can't actually catch fish anymore. So it's sort of like a ceremonial thing. They'll just be out here in their full ceremonial uniforms and stuff, doing the changing of the guard, catching no fish and pretending that they're fishing and stuff. Meanwhile, all these cool guys on dock number 2, all the young, hip fishermen will just be like slamming them in and throwing them at each other like those market guys did on Free Willy, you know, like they wrap them up in paper and throw them at each other, and they have like this weird language that only they understand and stuff. That's going to be what it's like at Fishing Dock 2. Great. It looks like a child named Hilbur was also born. Hilbur is quite a strange name, actually, isn't it? We're out of logs, so we're going to need to chop down some trees. It looks like maybe we could do with just chopping down all these trees. Don't know how many logs that's going to give us. And we can chop all these ones down too, all these ones that are growing in town. That should be fine. We've got just about 400 food in the stockpile. We're into winter. This is winter of year 2. So we're not doing too bad, I don't think. Tools and clothes we're also okay for. We're going to have to think about getting a blacksmith set up at some point so that they can keep the stockpile of tools up. Because once people start running out of tools, they can't do their jobs fast enough. So like fishermen, for example, won't be able to catch fish as fast if they have busted fishing rods. So the tool maker will make sure that everybody has a tool that's in good working order, and they can do their jobs without crying too much about it. Let's knock down this herbalist too. We're going to knock down this herbalist while we're here. And then replace it somewhere a bit more sensible, so that, you know, we don't have like mushrooms and all sorts of weird shit growing inside the town. We want the herbalist to be like out here in the middle of the wilderness, so that he has lots of access to like all these rare plants and stuff. It's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be pretty good. It looks like Ernie, or Ern, has become an adult and is working as a laborer now as well. So we actually have a spare laborer that we can actually make a builder for now. Because we have a lot of building jobs that need to be done. Who's this? Who's this with a question mark? It's Mylene! Mylene the herbalist. Of course, there is no more herbalist. So Mylene, you're back in the labor pool. You can be a builder instead. Look, Mylene has now become a builder. She's going to help with Fishing Dock number 2, which is very good. And hopefully Ern and whoever else are the other builders can knock down this herbalist. It's only 9% demolished. A big task ahead of them. Jesus. Reserve of food is low, and the reserve of logs is low. We probably used a couple of logs to get this fishing dock built. Well, look at that, 30 logs, 16 stone. Holy shit. Oh, by the way, sorry if I sound like a little bit congested. It's because I am. I'm still a little bit sick. I'm feeling a lot better though. I'm nowhere near as sick as I was, but I still probably sound a little bit groggy and congested. So if that really bugs you, I'm really sorry, but there's nothing I could do. Trust me. I blow my nose like every 2 minutes, and it keeps coming back. It's just the way that colds work, I guess. Okay, once the herbalist is knocked down, we'll also move this forester lodge. And actually, let's fucking move it now. It needs to be moved. It needs to be moved out into the wilderness. We don't need these 2 foresters now because this is going to get knocked down. And we can have them become builders. They can knock down the very place that they used to work at. That's awful, isn't it? Imagine being made redundant, but then hired to actually knock down the place that you worked at, that you loved working at, that you were made redundant from. That's kind of cruel, but it still, I guess it's the way that things go. Has another child named Hilbur been born? Wow! Look at that! Within like 2 fragments of season within each other. That's crazy. 2 Hilburs. How many Hilburs can we have in Sipsburg before things get confusing? I mean, there's only 17 adults and 7 children living in this small little village, and 2 of them are already named Hilbur. Jesus Christ. I wonder if that's just going to be like the most popular name in Sipsburg history. Like all the mayors of Sipsburg always need to be called Hilbur. So anytime anyone has a son, they name them Hilbur in hopes that they'll become mayor. But of course, not everybody can become mayor. So there's just going to be like this like supreme battle for supremacy over which Hilbur will become the next mayor and stuff. And you can only become a mayor when the previous mayor dies of a very specific disease. And if he doesn't, then people need to be... It's a very complicated system, becoming the mayor of Sipsburg. And I'm glad that these people all understand how it works and that I don't need to keep track. But Basically, one of these Hilbers will eventually become mayor, and I'm not sure which one. Possibly the oldest one, but we'll have to see. We could probably do with having some more houses before long. I'm not going to make any more houses until we get on top of this food situation, though. And in order to get on top of the food situation, we're going to need some more fishermen. Look at this. We're going to max out. We now have 2 fishing docks with a full workforce assigned to them, which is very good. Fishing dock 1, fishing dock 2 will be bringing in a whole bunch of fish. Let's connect this one with a road too. Look at this. This dirt road's going to connect from the wooden gate bridge here. We're going to bring it round here, connect it like to here. Oh, this is going to be fantastic. Look at this. It's going to look so nice. Nice dirt road, sort of zigzagging towards the fishing hut. It probably sounds like I'm having a shower right now. I assure you I'm not having a shower. I'm quite comfortably sat at my computer playing Banished. But there is somebody taking a shower behind me. It's not the rain in the game. It is definitely a shower. Alright, so that road will be made. Fishing dock 2 will have some sort of access back to the barn, storage barn, so they can take their fish. Whilst we have 2 builders, let us also build a hunting cabin. Here we go. We're going to make a hunting cabin. We're going to make a hunting cabin out in the sticks here somewhere, or possibly over here. This is gonna be great. Look at this. We're gonna get it like up here, really good coverage of the surrounding area, and we're gonna catch a lot of deer. We're gonna hunt a lot of deer. We're gonna provide a lot of sweet salty meats to the storage barn for the people of Sitzburg to eat, and hopefully we'll be able to get on top of this food situation before long. I don't know if we actually need all of these fields. How many farmers do we have now? 6? Damn it. Alright, get out of here. We're going to close one field. We're closing one field so that we can have all the builders that we need, and then we can also assign these back to the hunting lodge as well. You get a lot of food from the hunting lodge, it turns out. It's actually kind of nuts. You wouldn't think. I mean, every other game like this you play, hunting is like a temporary thing and not like a long-term thing. In this game, you just get thousands and thousands of choice cuts from deer. The deer just spawn like there's no tomorrow, and they get hunted up and killed and skinned or whatever, and then brought back to the storage barn for all these lucky people to indulge in deer meat for dinner, deer meat for lunch, deer meat for breakfast. You can make some form of bacon out of deer meat so that they can... I mean, there's no bread in this game, so they just eat the meat just like that. They don't even have like a, you know, a bacon sandwich or anything like that. It's just straight up, not even bacon. It's just strips of deer meat, and they just eat it. Sometimes they like cure it or whatever and make it into a jerky so they can carry it around and pretend they have chocolate bars. Of course, it's medieval times. There's no chocolate. There's no chocolate bars yet. They're working on it though. They'll get there eventually. Okay, we could probably knock down this farm as well, and we can rebuild it later. It'll be fine. Get rid of that. I love that. I love how it just disappears. It just like gets warped to another dimension. Somewhere in Dimension X, somebody is just out walking around on a road, and a farm field just appears overhead and falls down on them, and is ready to go. And it's from Sitzburg, and that's why it's such a good farm field. Thanks for watching part 6 of Banished. We're going to continue working on the food situation in part 7, which should be with you tomorrow.